Today I'm going to be playing EU5 as the Marinid Sultanate of Morocco, a fairly large and powerful nation located primarily in the Maghreb region of Africa and also a little bit over in Iberia. Morocco should be one of the most powerful nations in this entire region. We start off allied to Tunis and we start off already at war with our neighbor Tlemcen and with Tafilalt right here as our vassal. But the most interesting thing about Morocco isn't that. It's not the fact that we're present in Iberia. It's not the fact that we're gonna kick Castile and Portugal and Aragon out of that entire subcontinent. No. It's the fact that we're technically a pirate nation. I mean, the Barbary pirates, right? We can raid coasts for money, for loot, and for, well, slaves. So let's see how that whole thing works and jump into EU5 as the Marinid Sultanate of Morocco. Alright, here we are as Morocco, ladies and gentlemen. Like I just said in the intro, man, we start off at war with Tlemcen already, a fairly large nation in and of themselves. They do own two cities right here, which would be very beneficial for us to nab. We are able to call in Tunis to help us out in that war, but I don't think there's a need. But what I'm really most interested in is how do we start raiding. So as soon as we wrap up this war, I'm going to get into that. I guess we can get these guys, build some ships. We do have the ability to build wharfs, so we can construct ships. I'm guessing we need ships to raid. I'm playing these guys for the first time, so you're gonna be learning along with me. But yeah, let me do the estate setup right here, man. Let me do the cabinet stuff, and we'll get right into this war. Also, of course, we do need to start researching. Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty fun. Tafila also down here should have. Let's go ahead and see. Yes, the gold mine and a silver mine as well. Okay, we're definitely gonna want to annex Tafilalt, even though we'll have pretty low control over here. We kind of do want to get those provinces in our hands. Yeah, man, Morocco, I'm excited. Okay, so for research, we actually have quite a lot we can do over here, and some unique ones because we're just following Islam, nothing Sunni specifically related, I don't think. So let's go with the institution growth right here first. Then I'm also gonna go for this right here. I think these will be pretty necessary. Then we can get down to this. We don't want that one, definitely. Let's go with this one, and then this one, and then this one. Perfect. This one I'm probably not even gonna research. I don't want to have to pay for investing in culture. Now, since the region we're going to be conquering is primarily Sunni, unless we push hard into Iberia, we actually want to go towards humanist right here, so we can instead convert the cultures, whereas we don't need to convert religions that much. So I'm actually going to allow slave religion here. All right, for our two government reforms, we're definitely taking autocracy. Sure, we could wait a little bit more to get more, but that's okay. I don't think we need it. For the other one, do we want to go with agricultural cultivation here or diplo traditions? I feel like food for some reason might be an issue over here in this region, but maybe not actually. No, actually we're good. So in that case, I'm gonna go with diplomatic traditions. It's actually like really powerful. Alright, estate setup done as well. Added some privileges for the ulama and burghers primarily. Of course, we pissed off the nobles as always, but that's okay. Now, since I do have some things automated as always, the game has already started building slave markets for me. I started building some wharfs. What does the slave market actually do? Monthly enslavement, plus 20. Who are we enslaving? Now, at the start of the game, it says, in that little text for Morocco that we need to defend our brethren in Granada from the Castilians and the Portuguese and the Aragonese and... Listen, it's like, we're right there. We can just walk into Granada. Sure, it's annoying as hell to siege down, or maybe not that annoying, but why don't we just get it before Castile does? Like, why don't we just get it? What is this? The destiny of Morocco. After the death of Sultan Abu Bakr II Abu Yahya Hafsid, which are, the Tunisian dynasty, his son Sultan Ahmed Abu the First Abbas Hafsid should have risen to the throne of Tunis. Instead, his brother Sultan Omar II Abu Hafs Hafsid has assassinated him and seized power for himself, to the horror of the nobility. Okay, so our alliance with Tunis has ended. Tunis gets the event of Tunisian succession. No, we will keep our alliance. So this is probably something that we actually don't want to deal with in case it's some sort of a PU or something. And I know like only Christian nations can have PUs technically, but what is the event? Possible options. This is not good. Okay, so we just break our alliance with Tunis. No, I want to stay allied to them for now. I actually probably want their help when we fight these guys, and so we'll just push through these guys south of Tunis. So yeah, we'll actually stay allied to Tunis for now. Wait, why the hell is Granada in this war? Have they joined a war against their rival? We're not allied, are we? Right? I don't want to be allied to Granada. They are... No, they're allied to... Wait. Right, I'm fighting them. You know what? I think I'll deal with them when I deal with them. Let's see what we can do with Tlemcen. Shoot, I can make them a vassal. That's a pretty nice freaking vassal if I'm being honest. And we'll get way more money than us holding this. That's exactly what I'll do. Let's make them a vassal and take all of their money. Perfect, man. Okay, let's chill now. We probably got a pretty sizable truce with Granada. Okay, 8 years. That's not bad at all. Also, what about Twat right here? How are these regions? Ugh, I'm really not a fan of this, but we can go ahead and fight Twat and annex them. They are in the Maghreb, technically. This is the Maghreb. I don't know, calling this the Maghreb is kind of a stretch, bro. Really, it's like... I feel like we need like another region with all of these, like, you know, just add the Sahara region and make it be all of these tiny disconnected provinces in Egypt, the Maghreb and the Sahel, you know, like this right here. Sorry, that doesn't do anything to the game. I'm just, you guys know me and my love of provinces, areas, and regions. Okay, another thing we need to take care of here as Morocco is the capital, man. Now, currently it's in Fez, which projects pretty nice control in the surrounding areas right here, but I feel like, you know, if we do expand into Iberia and when we annex Tlemcen and stuff like that, we really should be moving it to a coast. So, if we take a look at natural harbor suitability, Cadiz is very nice. Yeah. Ceuta is actually pretty good as well. Then we got, what's this? Cartagena right here, or Cartagena, however you call it. Sevilla is obviously a very nice one. You probably move that, you know, the capital of Castile pretty often down there. Okay, let's keep it in Fez for now, but I do want to get it up to the coastline. Are my wharfs done, though? You're kidding me? Coup attempt actually fired? Oh my god, dude. I tanked legitimacy because I was granting privileges and marrying lowborns. I didn't think we'd actually get it. It's like a non-disaster disaster, but I'm more interested in the nobles insurgents right here, which they're actually rising up really quickly. God damn, I got them loyal. I got them loyal. Why are they still freaking salty, dude? Why are they still freaking salty? They're not satisfied, are they? Even if I grant them stuff, they still won't be. They pop out of there. The only fort they get, let's see, would be the one in Marrakesh. Okay, so I'm getting rid of that fort. Now they don't got forts. Okay, first parliament time. Let's take a look at the laws we need to change. All right, already started at 52%. Let's, first we need to change, feudal de jure law. No, that's not it. Oh, that's right, distribution of power. We want to favor the ruler for plus 20% crown power. Nice, we got it up to 50 again. Yeah, I think I'll change by blood right here. Yeah, all right, time to fight the nobles. All right, the Age of Renaissance has come around. We're gonna admin focus. All right, beat up the nobles. Civil war is over, but because I was legitimacy maxing, we do have a couple of loans we need to take care of now, but either way, we move on. It's actually pretty hard to build ships here, man, obviously because there's like no lumber here, so I had to de-automate trade and import a bunch of wood just to build up this one transport so I can move my guys here, but even then, we actually don't have enough sailors. You know, the wharfs can only do so much, so we need to wait for docks, but yeah. It's time to call Parliament again. Granada here, our truce with them is expiring in about a year and a couple of months. So let's wait for the truce to expire and build up a Parliament CB on them because, you know, the ones we can build with spying, they're like, eh. Oh yeah, also Black Death is here, that's right. I don't know how hard these guys get hit. From what I remember from playing Mali, they do get hit, so we are going to start procuring remedies just for stability and legitimacy right here. We'll see what we do when it actually comes here. Now, regarding the slave raiding, I know this is just a transport, but yeah, there's no option for doing anything like that. So we'll see if it appears in the Navy when we build up some galleys, because that's how it works in EU4, right? You move your ships around and you raid their coasts. We'll see, though. We got time. Whoa! Look at this event! Restoring Andalusia. So we can choose this option. Let us get Granada to support us. We gain a restoration of Andalusia CB on Castile for 4 years. Actually, a nutty CB. Should we manage to own Cordoba and 80% of Andalusia after we win the war, we will be able to become Andalusia and demand the annexation of Granada. And we ally Granada. Okay, so this is like advanced level strats for Morocco here. I wish I knew this. God damn. So let's see. We're not more powerful than Castile. I mean, everyone knows that, right? They got an absolute frick ton of forts. We can only raise like, let's see, 10k levies, which actually isn't bad. If we want to declare, Tunis wouldn't help us, and Castile is solo. But still, man, 30-something thousand levies, which are, I think, already raised because they're fighting Portugal and Navarra and some minor French guys. Damn, 80% of Andalusia, huh? That's quite a lot. With this, CB obviously is doable. There's Cordoba as well. We can siege Cordoba. We really what we need is these two forts, which are max garrison. Huh. Damn, this is so tempting. It's so tempting to give it a shot, because if we conquer this, we should technically get Granada for free, and we can, oh, dude, Morocco can't even form Andalusia. Morocco actually can't form anyone. Is this the only way to do it? Whoa. Or I guess we could do it if we shift to primary, Andalusia, right? But, right, what we can do with the parliament, honestly, is ask for additional levies. We can get Granada into this war, probably, if we ally them. I could call in Tunis with the promise of land. Not that they're gonna do too much and not give them anything, but still. You know what? I think this is cool enough to where we should try and do it. I think this is cool enough to where we should try and do it, right? We're probably not gonna succeed, if I'm being honest, but I think we should try and do it. Damn, if I knew this would have happened, I would have prepared for it. I don't know if it's like scripted, the date you get it on, but let's do that. So I'm gonna call Parliament right here, obviously. Let's just do whatever has the most support, just like that. It doesn't let me actually do it unless okay, I'll take that. There we go, we got that CB. We did get larger levies. We can do 14k now. Granada actually doesn't like me, so they ditched me. But yeah, frick it, man, frick it. If we're not here to have fun, what are we here to do? Let's do it. Frick it, why not? Okay, there it is. There's declare war on Castile, restoration of Andalusia. Hell yeah, that's a nutty CB, dude. Calling in Tunis with the fake promise of land. I mean, they say we outnumber them, but not really, man. It's Castile. It's one of the, it's probably like the second most powerful country in Europe after France. Let's be real. Frick it. There it is. I did not think we would be doing this, not even gonna lie, but let's raise all levies, no naval levies unfortunately, and see if we can actually move all of the guys there with just one transport. Also, what happens if we get trapped in like Gibraltar and they wipe us? I've actually managed to move the entire army here with just one transport, dude, and it seems that Tunis is trying to put in work too. Yo, wait, who the hell is this? Who the hell has 20 guys? Help, dude, help, please, just help. The war goal is superiority, though. We gotta be careful. Actually, Tunis brings in a lot of subjects, man. If these guys actually end up being competent, and look how much levies they can get, too. If these guys end up being competent, we got this, dude. By the way, I think Black Death is here. Yeah, it is. How the hell is it in Fez before it's everywhere else? You're actually kidding me. Well, how the hell did this happen? This is just stupid. Let's move court into hiding, and we are gonna present scapegoats. I actually got the money for a hospital, too. Oh my god. Oh my god, they came out of nowhere. How did I beat them, though? Dude, they walked in with 26k, look. How did I beat them? My cavalry? I got cavalry levies? Is that what it is? What kind of levies are these? If we won, it's because of this, right? Why is our army so much more powerful? Wait. There's no military in the ledger. You're kidding me. How can there be no military stuff in the ledger, man? Like comparing stuff to who you're fighting, like morale, discipline, combat ability? No way they didn't put that in the ledger. Dude, we actually got ticking, man. We actually got ticking. I have to see this. So, okay, Sevilla, Cadiz. Wait, what was Andalusia again? Okay, Sevilla, Cadiz, Cordoba, Jaén. Oh my god, this is all possible. What if we take all of Andalusia? What if we do this? It's not even that much war score, dude. I'm just scared that this was this battle was somehow a fluke, right? I need these guys to get their troops over. Wait, he exists? Oh my god, he does exist. It was during this time, dude. Okay, Morocco officially the coolest country in EU5, man. They got such good events. Ibn Battuta, right? He's like the, you know, the non-European version of Marco Polo. He went to North China, to Mecca. Traveling, it leaves you speechless, then turns you into a storyteller. Damn, that's a quote and a half right there, bruh. That's on some Anthony Bourdain type shit for real. Okay, Ibn Battuta gives us 1,000 ducats. Thanks. He composes the Rihla, a comprehensive chronicle of his travels. Awesome, awesome. Oh, dude, I'm such a fan. I am such a fan. I'm actually such a fan of Morocco. I don't know if you guys saw that, by the way, but we just enslaved a bunch of Castile's people. Now they're gonna get Sevilla back. They're gonna get this one back too. Damn. I actually need to walk off this fort and fight them. Okay, now they're here. I'm actually locked in, and they're coming in with the 14k. I'm gonna slow it down to speed 3, and I'm gonna try and see why we beat them, because it says we're gonna beat them right now. But what if these guys come in? Because reinforcements is harder to fight rather than these guys being together at the same time. So let's see. Let's see when they walk in. Okay, we walked in. Now, I have a little bit more morale. We have the same tactics. I have quite a lot more discipline. It's gotta be the Cav, isn't it? It's gotta be the Cav. Because casualties suffered by this side. Yeah, look, I'm dealing so much more casualties than they are. Now, these guys are about to walk in to Sevilla in just 2 days. I think I'll probably lose this right here, right? Let's see. Did they change their mind? Oh no, I'm ticking hours, that's right. Okay, once they come in, I think it's gonna be a loss. But look at how much damage we're dealing in this later stage, dude. Yeah, and how many of them... Look, I won. Yeah, I won. It's gotta be those levies. It's gotta be those, so feudal levies, tribal cavalry. Tribal cavalry, that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, it's gotta be that. Is there any way we can make the tribe stronger? I'm wiping the floor with these guys. The only problem is, I need this, but they're gonna get this back. Hey guys, wanna... Oh look, these guys are actually landing, but what the hell is Tunis doing in, up here? I mean, could be a good distraction. We just got the one fort. We literally never lost a battle. I don't know where you see the battles, but we never lost a battle. I didn't even need to get this. This is crazy. Does anyone know about this, dude? This is actually crazy. We can take all of Andalusia from Castile, dude. Like, how is this possible? We can literally take all of Andalusia. We will demand the annexation of Granada. Will they accept, though? Are you guys seeing the same thing I'm seeing, man? Oh my god, we annexed Granada. We're Andalusia. Dude, we formed Andalusia in 10 years. We actually formed Andalusia in 10 years. Nah, dude. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. There we go. We're the Sultanate of Al-Andalus. Now, did primary culture or something change? No, it's still primary Moroccan. This is so good. This is so good, dude. It's still the first guy. And you know, depending on, I guess, on when you get this event, we got it 1347, by the way. This war lasted 2 years. I guess you could get it earlier. I don't know how you get it or when you get it. But if you do get it earlier, yeah, it didn't take us 10 years. That's probably going to be my clickbait title. But, well, yeah. All right, stop. Are you seeing this? We formed Andalusia in like 12 years? And we didn't even know we can do it? Did you know? I didn't know. I mean, if that's not unseen, I don't know what is. So, if that doesn't deserve a like, come on, man. Come on, you guys gotta leave a like for that. And if you want to see more crazy scenarios like that, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because there's lots more EU5 content and guides starting soon coming right up. So, thank you for the support. I love it. I love it. This turned into from a pirate playthrough. I was originally gonna do something like we played pirates, blah, 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 but now I know exactly what this video is gonna be. All right, so since all of this is like wrong culture and wrong religion, I wonder, man, do we pop the subjects? There's, realistically, I'd do 4 of them. Puebla, Sevilla, Cordoba, and Jaén right here. But, you know, it's kind of prestigious for us to hold this, right? And who knows, maybe there's some events that, like, move our capital to, like, Cordoba, right? Or something like that instead of Fez. So I'm really tempted to keep it from like a role play and gameplay perspective, but obviously the optimal thing to do would be to release subjects right here because it's gonna take us so long to integrate. It's Castilian Catholic, right? We only got 2 guys. We're gonna be stuck integrating this for like 50 years. I guess there are other things we could do, like, you know, annex Tafel out down here, you know, get into it with Tunis and stuff like that, fight Portugal, because if we rolled Castile like this is like 2 wars, man. This is like 2 wars. And just popping out subjects everywhere. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it because I'm interested in seeing if the game will move our capital to Cordoba or something like that, or if there's events for like us to convert some of this or something like that. I don't know any of that. So it's not optimal, obviously, from a gameplay perspective, but I'm gonna do it. All right, now I guess we got gold. Let's see. We're just gonna do regular, I think. Now, this is a lot of aggressive expansion. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. It won't happen again until it happens again. Apologies. I did not know people would get this mad. And a cool thing too, man, even though I thought, like, you know, because that event made us be able to ally Granada, right? But I thought because they ditched us, because they hated us, they wouldn't accept to become a part of our country and that we'd have to conquer them too, which of course would have been super easy. But it's nice that we don't gotta integrate anything right here, right? It's still only integrated. It's not a core, obviously, because we don't have Andalusia accepted, or do we? We probably don't, right? Yeah, it's not accepted. Oh, I can accept it. I got the capacity for that. There we go, perfect. There we go, all cored up, very nice. Yeah, I thought they wouldn't accept is what I was trying to say, but they did end up accepting anyway, even though we didn't have an alliance. Okay, but since we're present in the Sevilla market as well, let's actually take a look at institutions right here. Yeah, it's still only in Italy, that's okay. Oh, look, it's actually already spreading in Sevilla, very nice. Okay, don't really gotta worry about institutions this campaign, even though obviously we'll be slower than, this region right here, but yeah. And look, I wonder if anything changed or did the Moroccan ones remain, because we got, okay, wool output, I think that's Morocco right there. Let's try and find anything else. Yeah, slave raids, we got that as well from Morocco. Anything else? I think those are the only 2. Oh no, coastal raiding can hire privateers. Privateers will raid for slaves. Okay, I guess that's how you do it. We'll examine that shortly. And then in the second age right here, I'm noticing we actually have quite a few things going for us, man, which is crazy, especially over here. We got a Sufi marabouts. Invite religious figure, dismiss religious figure. Okay, that's cool for swapping those guys. Then we got trade range used over land. That's very nice. Trans-Saharan trade. Anything else? Manpower plus 10% is actually super strong. Oopsie. And do we got anything in the generic tree right here? Yes, monthly Navy tradition. Cool. Yeah, very nice, man. Lots of flavor, lots of flavor. Expanding these silver mines to the max. Yeah, see, we do got the claim throne CB on Tunis. We're still allied, though. They didn't ditch me, even though I didn't give them land. Obviously, we're not doing any, like, personal union stuff. It's simply not worth it, man. It's simply not worth it in EU5. Unless you're, like, role-playing or something like that. Actually, a very important thing that we acquired just now is lumber, man. Even though it's only 2 provinces, it's gonna be very helpful because we only got, like, 2 over here, so we effectively double our lumber production, which now we're not in a shortage of, but yeah, so that's why I can build up more boats. I definitely need transports first to move back and forth, then we'll take care of the rest. Black Death ended. Okay, since this is like still super high with everyone else, we're gonna spend the next few years, maybe even more, just, you know, working on the economy and chilling. I always forget the dock is in banking. It's gonna be a while before we get banking. Actually, surprisingly, a lot of roads up here. Yeah, very cool. So we got a decent coalition of all the Iberian guys in versus me, man. I think these guys honestly might be tempted to declare, but you know, if we continue to roll them like we just did Castile, you know that I'm just now realizing that Twat is a vassal of Tafilalt. Were they always? I mean, one thing I gotta say is, my subjects really aren't giving me that much money, man. Now, I know these guys are kind of small, especially Tafilo, but Tlemcen should be fairly large, right? Like, how big is their population? Yeah, they've got a decent amount of people, man, and they're giving me less money than, like, Siena would. I guess, you know, it's apples to oranges here, but oh, what? I mean, whatever. By the way, so far, no events for anything over here. I know this isn't a guide or whatever, it's just an entertainment video. Obviously, you can use whatever you see here that you think is cool. It's not like I'm telling you what to do, but if we do end up integrating all of these, I mean, we will end up integrating all of them, right? But if there's still no events once we do them all, obviously you guys will know that it's more beneficial to pop out the subjects instead of doing this. Oh, there's actually a union between these two guys. Interesting. Castilian-Portuguese union? Yeah? Huh. See, what I was waiting for is for these guys to dip from the coalition so I can fight one of them, but I guess that's not gonna be an option. Aragon, no allies. Strange, actually. So Aragon is definitely an option. Everyone loves me again. You know, we can't say for sure that this union is gonna keep. So we could still hit these guys. I mean, it's way more beneficial for us to expand down here instead of over here, but I mean, that could be nice too. Coalition has disbanded, but the union is still there. Alright, so I've built up a claim on Aragon using the parliament. Castile and Portugal, you know, it's this whole union thing. Otherwise, I would have fought Portugal. I don't want to get involved with these guys right now again, even though it's going to be way easier to take them down. Aragon is actually more annoying, about as annoying as Castile because of the forts, but I think we do it, man. I think we do it. We go in, quick in and out war, take a couple of provinces, like 2 or 3 or 4 provinces, pop out subjects in them. Simple as that, right? Yeah, doesn't seem too complicated to me. There it is, Parliament approved claims on that right there. Yeah, let's go in. Oh, that's why they're not coming to fight me. Look at what France is doing. First French-Aragonese war. I ain't mad at that. Yeah, I think I'll call it right here, man. Everything else is occupied by France, and I don't want to wait for them, so there we go. There's a piece out on Aragon. Small war, I will admit, but that's okay. Okay, let me pop out the subjects there. And honestly, man, since there's no events and stuff like that, we might as well release someone like in Cordoba, Jaén, and Puebla, right? Of course, this does mean that we won't get cores on these after we integrate them. They'll just become yellow and stuff like that instead of getting cores from our subjects. But yep, I was hoping for like move your capital to Cordoba event at least, right? But or maybe some, you know, expelling of Catholics and stuff like that. But I guess not. I guess not. Let me know if I'm wrong, though. Let me know if I'm wrong. So yeah, I will create 3 more subjects here. Something that's interesting is, I guess after we conquered Sevilla, we got a very cool building here. I'll show it to you right now, which is enable us to get so many sailors before we even have docks. It's the Royal something long name of Sevilla. And it's actually, like, really good. I think we already got a couple of them up. We got one of them up. Yeah, requirements not met. Yeah, it's probably needs to be in Sevilla. Right. We got one of them, so that's good. Okay, so, Aragon has hooked up with a bunch of allies. Why is the check mark gone? So, Lucca in England and Portugal, as far as I can tell, will defend them. We still got this union going on over here, so people are definitely hooking up with alliances. We've been chilling, I think, man. Honestly, it's time to ditch the alliance with Tunis and probably go in against them as well. Since we will have a truce, you know, we'll do it next parliament. But, yeah, I'm gonna start expanding this way too. Probably gonna hook up some vassals down south. Basically steal Tunis's vassals if I can. And then we'll see what we do with them. Also, why do they own this? But yeah, man, as you can see, during this point, money's been going way up. Like, the estates are super rich, so they're building a bunch of stuff as well. I'm focusing on roads right now, but obviously I'm building stuff as well. Economy's booming. We can actually, professional armies and banking are here, but, you know, I'm still researching other things. Obviously, at this point, I can stop it at any time, but we're really in no rush for a lot of these. Renaissance is the one we mainly want, but that's always the last one to get. I'm actually focusing on the infrastructure around Sevilla because I do want to move, you know, my capital to Sevilla eventually. I'm assimilating Cadiz right now. It's going very slowly because, as always, we're more spiritualist as opposed to humanist, but yeah. But since we're fairly rich and there's really not that many things in banking that are gonna help us, it's not like we're rushing for the dock. Our navy is actually pretty good. Let's pick up professional armies, man. Let's pick up professional armies. It'll like help us, you know, obviously with this. All right, let's move on with our wars. If not the Iberian guys, obviously the Maghrebi guys. So let's go ahead and fight Tunis. We'll take a bunch of stuff from them here. And, yeah, release subjects. This is because great relations. All right, well, I knocked it down to good relations, so let's go. All right, pretty much wrapped it up with Tunis here. Let's take this and money. Perfect. Okay, I am going to be releasing subjects here once again. I think, yeah, we're good on Diplo capacity. So, yeah, I'll pop out subjects over there. Let's disband the levies. We're chilling. Sevilla's finally been integrated just regularly. I think you need to make it a full core to move your capital. Yeah, you can't move your capital to a location that's not a core. Oh well. I guess we'll need to culture convert it or accept Castilian. I am assimilating it to Andalusia just because there's already some of them there, right? There's already Andalusians there. So if I convert it to Moroccan, I end up converting these guys too. So that's why I'd rather do it to Andalusia. Yeah, 20k. Actually, we're pretty good on Cadiz. Sevilla, I just started recently. Let's see. Yeah, only 5% so far. It's gonna take a little while, but that's okay. You know, I think they removed the tolls from here, man. I think there used to be tolls in Gibraltar, but we're not making any money off of that, so... Well, so I allied France. What about... Oh, they don't want to help. Frick me. That's why I allied them, but they like each other. Oh, well, this... That doesn't really do anything. I mainly wanted to get them for these guys. So at this point, we're just chilling, boys. I'm pushing down, you know, professional armies. Put down a couple of armories already. So definitely building up a proper full, you know, professional army stack that will get cannons in pretty soon. After that, I'll get the Renaissance, get the Gov Reform, get the Cabinet slot, and blah, blah. And I think, you know, we'll top this off by finally... you know, going in against these guys once again. Because listen, it was so easy at the start, right? What's stopping me now? Well, obviously these countries have gotten more powerful, and I'm never gonna solo anyone. You know, the Castilian and Portuguese union that's happening, their alliance with England and stuff like that. And generally, aggressive expansion is pretty high with two of these guys. So, you know, even if I fight Castile, I'll have to fight Tunis. So I think the best plan of action right here is to, go in on Portugal. Yeah, they're going on Portugal, which is gonna bring in Castile, I think, and you know, finally cement our position down in the south of Iberia. We'll take like Murcia from Castile, and then we'll take like some more things from Portugal. Yeah, so right now it's just the build up for that. Oh my god, Castile just declared war on me. Call it Tunis is a coalition war. I mean, are they more powerful than me? What about the forts? Okay, Tunis we can... but if the coalition declares on you, you can't separate peace. They got a fort down here and over here. And a lot of forts up north. How many... Oh, damn, I can get only 12k. This is interesting. Yeah, man, they actually do outnumber me by quite a lot. They actually do outnumber me. See, I myself am not that strong. We only got this number because of our subjects. And actually... most of them are disloyal. What the hell? How did I not see this coming? I mean, why would I see it coming? Why would they declare right? I mean, they feel more powerful. It's as simple as that. Well, the war goal is Faz, so we should be able to hold that down nicely. I think, honestly, I'll focus on Tunis. I'll be going for a white peace here if I can. Since we can't separate peace no one, you know, my vassals are kind of holding Castile off over here, but yeah, Cordoba's about to fall, man. Yeah, I'll go for a white peace if I can. It's as simple as that. I'm already up 10%, so I think getting Tunis itself here is going to be very beneficial. Thing is, I don't understand why I'm such a large nation, but my levies, sorry, are so small, dude. I could only get like, what was it, like 12, 13k up? Yeah, I got Tunis, but them having Cordoba is, massive war score as well. See, even though we're winning right now, we're at 29% war score, I would have never declared this war. Well, you know why? First of all, because I'm not the AI. Second of all, once again, we're going back to that problem of small levies. In fact, I even asked the parliament for bigger levies, and I could only pull out like 700 more. So that's the reason I wanted to get my professional army up. So I walk in with a 20k, 20-something k, well, not really, I guess, with like a 9,600k stack. Yeah, that's how much it would be. Yeah, 9,600 people stack, professional, walk in, reinforced by those levies. It would have been a 20-something stack. You know what happens to these guys? They're out of here. You know, just like at the start of the video, man. What we had like 12k and they had 26k, wiped the floor with them. But obviously by now they might have taken professional armies way earlier than us, right? So yeah, who knows if their army is better. Either way, the research doesn't stop. Let's embrace the Renaissance and get that government reform and get that cabinet seat and the crown power. Oh, finally annexed Tafilalt. Yeah, finally annexed Tafilalt, and because I'm a border freak, I think I'm gonna... Wait, how do I... Okay, so none of this land is actually mine, but I control these 3 corridors, right? Yeah, that is where the country stops. Okay, so I don't gotta actually give anything up to, like, Twat or something. Alright, man, we got 58% war score, and I've almost full siege Tunis. And this is, I think, just because we're defending our capital. Alright, took war reps from Castile and made them ditch their alliance with England. Nothing special. Alright, for our next gov reform, Royal Decree. Now that's a proper stack right there. They just need to reinforce 4 more guys, but that's a proper stack right there. 24-8. Yeah, bitch, 2 stacks. What now? 24-8, 24-8. I can't hover over it. I probably have the biggest professional army in the world. Honestly, we could easily run a 3rd stack here, but I think that's good. So if we want to go in, let's say on like Castile, that obviously brings in Portugal. That union still exists. I wonder what the integration level is on that, man. Can we see somehow? Integration level 0. Nice. I'm happy that they're actually doing something with the PU. JK, they're not doing anything. But if I hit Portugal, Aragon comes in. I'm gonna hit Castile directly. Yeah, I'm gonna hit Castile directly. Probably gonna take all of Murcia, if I'm being honest. Helen, Albacete, and Murcia too. Get connected up to these vassals right here, and that's like the entirety of this will be owned. Annexed Puebla right here. See, this is what I was talking about the events earlier. See, when we took over this from Castile, right, not only did we waste time, or simply waste our cabinet slots on integrating these 2 provinces, but now that we've integrated them and that we waited so long to integrate them, we didn't integrate them now, obviously, but when we did, we waited so long, and they didn't even become our cores. Whereas I just diplo-annexed Puebla right here, which I released, and these locations are our cores. And we can project quite nice control into it. So yeah, I think whenever there's an update for this region, it would be nice to give Andalusia like some events for maybe even specifically just Andalusia and Granada, right? So, you know, to be able to drag this into your country faster. I'm not saying these should appear as our cores instantly as soon as we're Andalusia, or, well, I don't know, but something like that. So you don't gotta waste time doing this, and then it's not even fully integrated, but then also it wouldn't make sense to release vassals, you know, from a roleplay perspective, on what you consider, you know, the heartland of your country, right? So, yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've gotten a CB on Castile. Army is in position here with the Sultan in charge, built up the navy even more, researched quite a lot of Miltech. Listen, I think we got these guys, man. We started off the Reconquista strong by taking the entirety of Andalusia and then focused, you know, on the internal management of our country. I gotta say, man, control is really nice here, but the high Atlas really stops it from going elsewhere. It's time to declare on Castile. Forts are primed to be taken down. They're not even full garrison. What I think I'm gonna do is knock out Portugal first. Maybe we nab the Algarve and Baixo Alentejo right here. I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Portuguese is like the hardest language for me. And then we piece out Castile as well. My personal goal, Murcia, Helen, and Albacete right here. Let's go. Let's declare. Pope comes in, but who cares about the Pope? I'm not even Catholic. How can I care about the Pope, dude? Let's go. Right. The one thing I didn't think about. Of course. How could I forget? Heavy ships! Portugal's got heavies, dude. Oh, come on. You can never hover on these assholes when you need it to, man. Come on, show it. I don't know what I need to hover on for it to show it. They have 10 heavies and 17 lights. You're just gonna have to trust me on that one. But, the heavies are in banking. In fact, that's the early heavy right there. And then the other better one is... Well, actually, isn't it in professional armies? No, it's not. Where the hell is it? I could swear the Carrack and the early Carrack were in the same age, aren't they? No, I guess it's just the early one. Then why the hell did I have it as Italy? Either way, yeah, I forgot about heavies. God damn, I hope I can get my levies across. Okay, I'm actually just gonna knock out Portugal for money right here because they're non-co-belligerent. I can't even take both of these provinces. I could take the Algarve, but it is what it is. I have a horrible war score because I've been fully focusing on Portugal because I did get my ass beat when my army was split. So this is what we're down to right now. We can definitely beat Castile. I beat them in a battle once already, so we do still have a superior army. In fact, I'll show you right now if we walk into here. In fact, I won't insta-walk in. Let's just stop right here a little bit. And they're scared. Okay, we'll walk in there. I know I outnumber them by quite a lot, but, you know, still, you can tell. So, or maybe we can fight this guy right here, this 13k. Yeah, look, there we go, another superiority. So let's go ahead and siege this bitch down because we're tanking war score, and then I'll just go back and fight them. Wait, what? I'm just seeing this now. Where the hell are the rest of my subjects, man? Where's Jaén? And where is this guy? And where is this guy? I just saw it now. I can't separate piece them, can they? I think that's what happened. I think these guys got... Oh my god, I gotta go back and look at the clips. What the hell? Dude, do you know how expensive it's gonna be to take all of that back? Yeah, how the hell did that happen? I'm looking at the clips here. They disappeared between 1432 and 1435. So, yeah, when I pieced out Portugal, they weren't there. Yeah, how is that possible, man? See, look, they don't got cores on this. What the hell? There's so many things that happened that I don't understand, like... And now the damage for that is gonna be insane. So, let's see, I get this. And I get just mine too back. Look! Oh my god, that's so stupid that that happened, man. That's actually so stupid that it happened. Fine, I'm not gonna take Albacete, Jesus. I am gonna do this, though. It's exactly 100% war score. But frick it, now I'm mad. Now the game actually pissed me off. How could they separate piece of vassal? I mean, you would think because it's like their culture or religion and stuff like that. And sure, it is their religion, but these weren't Castilian. And look, they don't even have cores on that. I really don't get it. And this insta retaking of forts, man. So I can spend 10 years sieging it, and then there's no garrison, and they siege it back. But now, it's full garrison. Yeah, I know it's funny to you. It's funny to me as well. If we're being real, but like, come on. It's funny to you watching me go through this. If that happened to you, it wouldn't be funny to you. All right, you know what I just thought about? This is where we're at, by the way. Is it possible that my subjects could be separate pieced because they were disloyal? Because some of these guys are disloyal. Tlemcen, Kabylia, and Twat. These guys are not disloyal and they've been sieged down. But is that the case? Because look, Jaén actually still exists. They are still my subject. They do have a truce with Castile, so they have gotten a separate... Wait, is the Pope still in this? The Pope is still in this. I wonder if I can separate piece them. I can. Excellent. Yeah, I wonder if that's the case, because Jaén... Look, they still got their cores. Interesting. Yeah, let me transfer occupation of... Oh, I can't transfer occupation of this to them, can I? They're not in the war. Yeah, they're not in the war. I can just grant them those provinces back, though. So in that case, they're willing to accept this. Okay. And that. And that. What the hell? And that. And that. And that. And that. It's... You know, it's crazy to me in EU5, because this is a peace deal worth 83%. Right? But we only got 22%. Like, all peace deals work like that. This is not like an outlier or something like that. So they're willing to accept this. Obviously, I'd get coalitioned out the ass here if I do that. So let's not take Western and Eastern La Mancha. How do I... Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, it's not like the coalition shrinks like that. But like this, I'm only getting Murcia. It's like You know what? Frick it, man. This is gonna be the final war anyway. War ups all of their money, and just like that, we are done with Castile. Excellent. Let me give these back to Jaén, and I'll pop guys out here again. Now, look, over here, man, it doesn't say anything about, like, vassals being separate pieced or whatnot when you release them, right? Yeah? I don't know. Look, down here, the Pope and Portugal are colonizing this bit. But now that this subject that we had right here has been annexed, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is a pretty good place to call it, and that's really all about all the time we have for today. But yeah, man, this was probably one of my favorite playthroughs in EU5 so far, and for me, Morocco, just because of this whole thing that happened, has jumped up to top 3 nations in EU5 for me personally, man. Like you probably heard in the intro, if I haven't changed it, because I do record the intro before I record the video. This was originally planned to be a pirate, you know. I originally wanted to do piratical things with Morocco and just check them out and learn how to play them and stuff like that, so I can do a guide for you in the future and stuff like that. But no, once we got that that event, to get that Restore Andalusia, CB on Castile, and really, it seems so daunting at the start, right? It's Castile, they're big and powerful and they're huge, they can get way more levies, but literally just because I said frick it and wanted to have fun, and honestly, I expected to be a losing war versus Castile and me to lose this land right there, and then we just focused on the Maghreb or something, but apparently Morocco's army right at the start is way better than Castillo's, whether because of the cavalry or whatever, it doesn't matter, but we did manage to take all of Andalusia right at the start, man. Obviously, like I mentioned a couple of times so far, there seems to be no events for like getting cores here or converting the culture or religion and stuff like that. So obviously this was a mistake right here. Once again, this isn't a guide, just a little tip and trick right there. Obviously, we should have released subjects over here as well, so that these, when we integrate them, they can become cores just like everything else. Well, this became a core because we accepted Andalusia culture, but still, after that, I would have moved my capital to Sevilla, man, because, you know, projecting control out from the sea would have been banging. Now, control over here in Morocco specifically is pretty good, but we could be projecting it way better all around the coastline if our capital was in Sevilla, and of course, we'd be converting the culture here further, just like we are, and we'd be converting the religion even more, but this is going super fast. So, yeah, man, really, really fun playthrough. Obviously, if this was continued, you know, we'd annex the subjects, continue push into Iberia. Maybe if we do a grand campaign as Andalusia in the future, probably in a few months, because I guess I just played as them, we could do goals like owning all of Iberia and the Maghreb and stuff like that, converting it all to Sunni, which would be cool. But yeah, like I said, a super fun playthrough, man. Honestly, we're very rich. We're very powerful. We can build a massive army, massive navy. Income is literally insane. And if we mint max just for a little bit, we could, you know, really, really spam out those buildings and stuff like that. But literally, construction has never stopped since the start of the game, whether through myself or through the estates, which are fairly rich. Nice crown power as well, man. We're going to be getting more cabinet slots soon. Cool buildings are getting unlocked. The only thing that's a problem, I guess, as Andalusia is, well, aggressive expansion, at least a little bit. But yeah, like I said, such a fun playthrough, man, and I'm so happy that I didn't even know about this. I had no idea. I was like, maybe Morocco can form Andalusia, but once I took a look at it in the formal countries, that it's not there. And look, you can actually, well, I guess because we were Morocco, I guess that's the only way to form Andalusia as Morocco. Not sure. I'm guessing for Granada, probably it should be located over here, unless it's an event for them as well, but I don't know. Either way, super fun playthrough, man. Definitely recommend Morocco. Extremely easy nation, honestly. Even if you're, you know, a beginner, which I guess everyone is at this point, I think you'll have a lot of fun, and pretty powerful nation. And trust me, if you get that event, and if Castile is solo, go win. You just saw the battles at the start. You will be able to crush them. So, yeah, what a fun playthrough as Morocco. Well, mostly as Andalusia, isn't it? But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that, man. Leave a like if you enjoyed this playthrough. Subscribe for more EU5 content. Obviously, if you want to get EU5 for yourself, check out the link in the description and in the pinned comment. I get a little percentage of that, and it really helps support the channel, and it lets me be, you know, it makes me be able to make these kinds of videos for you guys, because this is my full-time job after all, so every little bit helps. But yeah, thank you for watching. That's it for me for now. See you next time.